All right. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little wet outside. Just a little bit. I got up, getting ready, hydrating, carving up, doing everything I need to do. And all of a sudden, for the first time ever, the dog is desperate to go out. She decided that 4:30 a.m., a nice and rainy 4:30 a.m., this is the time for her to go out. So, of course, I obliged, and I took her out, and we both got drenched. So she realized that it was raining. She peed as quickly as she could and scrambled back. So it wasn't too bad. But anyhow, we got back today. We have back, and honestly, I don't like to go about like assigning favorites, because every day is like aligned with my goals. So every day technically is my favorite day at the gym, right? But back has a special place in my heart because it is definitely my strongest muscle group. So I get to be a little more ego-ish on back day. So what that'll look like, I'm not really sure today. I'm still kind of trying to deliberate on what I'm doing. So obviously some of those pullovers absolutely on the menu, but I like to hold those for more towards like the end of the lift. They're just a really good burnout. So question is, what do I want to do first? What is my what's my heavy movement? Honestly, I'm not sure. I could do T-bar rows. T-bar rows are always a solid option. I could do cable rows. This is going to be so loud. Holy, I'm going to have to do some crazy editing. This is insane. But T-bar rows, some sort of cable row. I could do dumbbell rows. I could even do barbell rows if I really felt like it. Honestly, I'd be opting for Smith machine rows today, but the gym that I'm going to, their Smith machine is a little weird. So the bar the machine itself has safeties. All Smith machines have safeties built in, but theirs are like about like hip height for me, and I'm about like 5'10", 5'10" and a half, something like that. So I mean, they're pretty high up off the ground. So if you have like a really impressive squat form and you're able to like go ass to the grass and everything, the safeties are going to stop you. You can't do any type of like Smith RDLs on there because they'll stop you. So of course, can't really do barbell rows on there either, because I like to I'm not letting the plates touch the ground at the negative of every movement. But I like to get some slack out of my back and shoulders, to really get a good stretch and then pull and squeeze and everything. So it definitely inhibits that type of movement. So that's kind of off the table. And what else? They also have this stack-loaded row machine. It's like a chest-supported. It's got, handles all over and everything. But my problem with it is the, resistance curve of that cable machine is just really weird. Because it's, really, heavy resistance at the start. And then when you get to this midpoint, it feels like there's almost no resistance whatsoever. And then you get to the end and there's a little more resistance. So I really hate it. It's not like, for a cable machine, I want it to be constant throughout the movement, maybe like a little heavier at the start. But all of these Matrix cable machines have that. I don't know what it is. I'm not a big fan of it. This gym only has Matrix equipment. So kind of just gotta deal with what you got. So, and honestly, even their plate-loaded machines are kind of the same way. They have a plate-loaded, chest-supported, like a row and lat pull-down, and it's like really heavy at the start, but then once you get it off the rest, I mean, it feels like you don't even have any weight loaded, and then you get to the bottom and the squeeze feels decent, but I mean, there's just nothing there. So it's very annoying to deal with. Like, for example, on that chest supported on that chest supported row machine, if I load up like 3 plates on either side, okay, to get it off of the, like, you know, off of its resting position, dude, it feels impossible. It feels like I'm lifting like 3 times the weight. But then the second that I like manage to lurch it off, I might as well not have any weight loaded whatsoever. I mean, it is just insane. So that's why I'm kind of less inclined to use some of that equipment. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to give it another shot and see. Still waiting for the pre-workout to kick in. Today's pre-workout flavor. Oh, I meant to show it. So I got a bunch of these like Mio sugar-free, you know, like flavor bottle things. So this one was a blue raspberry lemonade. So blue colored pre-workout. It was gonna be a funny like mana potion type deal, but whatever. But yeah, so very exciting back day today, followed by some rear delt work, which, I mean, that's just, you know, face pulls and rear delt flies. I mean, pretty much the same movement, just varying flavors. So after that, cardio for a little bit, go home, shower, and then I think I'll earn myself a little nap. And then I gotta go and do some birthday shopping. My wife is taking me out. It's my birthday today. And just to buy some clothes as a little gift. So that'll be nice. Cut update. We are in the 185s. Yes, sir. Finally in the 185s. We were at 186 for like a week, maybe. Just kind of like stabilizing our way down to consistently being in the 186s, 187s. So now we're dipping our toes into the 185s. So that tells me that my deficit is going great. I'm losing about a pound or so every week and a half, give or take, which is about what I want. So we're doing great, man. We're doing really darn good, but it comes with a little trouble. So of course, all of my clothes don't fit anymore. All of my work clothes, all of my pants, all of my belts, they don't fit anymore. I go to work and I feel like I look homeless because all of my clothes are so baggy. And you know, when you're wearing like baggier pants and you like really tighten up a belt so that it fits you, it gets all like creased up. It folds on itself around the waistline, so it just looks kind of weird. So I got to restock on some clothes. So this is a cool metric that I don't think a lot of people, I'm sure lots of people mention it. I don't think I've mentioned it. So when I started this cut at 262, I was about a size 42 to 44, like waist size. It depended on the brand. Like I remember Levi's, 44. Okay, but Tommy Hilfiger, 42. So yeah, it varied. Now, my friends, we are in the 32s. 34 is just too big for me now. I was at 34 for a little bit, and that was insane. I was like, dude, this is awesome. Size 34. I'm getting that tight waist, cool X frame. But now we're at the 32s, man, and that's pretty crazy. That is insane. So I don't think my waist size is gonna go down any more than this. I'd honestly be shocked because if like when I feel around my hips, I mean, there's like nothing there. It's just like bone, flesh, and muscle. There's no like no real fat to like pinch anymore. Now, of course, in the love handles, we've still got a little flub. Still got a little flub there, along with the stomach and the chest. And like you feel along your lats, or I feel along my lats, and there's still like a good amount to pinch. So the goal isn't to like cut down to like an absolutely bone dry, like competition ready shredded like that. It's just to cut down to a reasonable body fat percentage to where I can kind of like build off of, so we can start like properly bulking. Because I made this mistake, so I'm speaking from experience here. You don't want to bulk if you've got excess body fat to begin with, and I mean like a significant amount of flub, because if you do and you start bulking, I mean, it's in my dash cam just like protected some footage, so that means it like saw something or it felt something. That's creepy. Anyways, Jesus, that took me out of it. You don't want to start cutting bulk. Yeah, an inevitability of bulking is that you're going to put on body fat. I mean, that's the case. This storm is getting kind of bad. I think I remember hearing about some sort of tornado warning. Looks like we're gonna have to brave the storm, I guess. Don't worry, guys. I've got plenty of med kits on me. I think I'll be able to handle the tick damage on our way back home. But when you bulk, it's inevitable to put on body fat. That's a part of it. You're putting on muscle mass. You're also going to put on some fat. But you can mitigate that addition of extra fat by doing cardio, lifting hard, and just kind of being reasonable with your macros. I mean, if you're eating like straight carbs and fat and like little protein, you're gonna put on more fat than muscle. But if you eat, gram of protein per pound of body weight, and you're reasonable with your fats, you're not like eating straight fats and no carbs, you should be all right. Paired with the cardio, yeah, you should be pretty good. So, I don't know. Rambling aside, we're gonna make it to the gym here in a second. I think first movement of the day will be, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to play around during warm-ups and find out. But honestly, maybe I'll even just do some body weight pull-ups for a couple sets, just for funsies. So we'll find out. We will find out. So I don't know if I'll record in the gym today. It is a Sunday morning, but it is like closer to the end of 6 a.m. And I know people start coming in closer to this time. So we'll see. TBD. If not, you guys will get to see me in the car. So I'll catch you guys in the flippity flop. Well, I shouldn't say that yet. That's what I say at the end. See, I'm screwing up my own long form content here. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. All right, it is been a minute, but pretty excellent lift today. Started off with some standard dumbbell rows, worked our way up. I was gonna record in there, but right when I had finished, doing all my little warm-ups and band stretches and everything, kind of worked my way up in weight, everybody decided to show up. So no recording today, but that's all right. So pretty solid lift, dumbbell rows, some lat pull downs, some cable rows, and some pullovers, and dude, that equated to a pretty freaky back day. So as predicted, the extra hydration definitely helped. A lot sweatier than these last few days, but not as sweaty as I used to be. Like if you go back a couple dozen videos, I'm sure, when I was like maybe 20 pounds heavier, dude, I'd be soaked. Like I would just sweat so much. And now, I mean, pretty much just get pit stains. So it's kind of weird. I used to just sitting there, I would sweat. Just like if I'm sitting there on the computer or whatever, I just feel sweat trickling down my sides. So it's kind of weird not being sweaty anymore. It's a bunch of vultures. But this was something that I noticed. That's a dumb segue. I was scrolling on TikTok as any person would do on a lazy weekend, and there's this video I saw from this guy. He's like in his early 30s, and he was pretty much like, I was always told my entire life that you got to work hard, go to school, get the good job, to get to make money, and then you'll be living a successful life. And the guy did exactly that. He climbed the corporate ladder. He's making six figures. All in all, life is going well, but he's super unhappy. And so that's what he's kind of talking about in this video is is this what life is meant to be? I'm making the money and I feel depressed. This sucks. Life sucks. It's pretty much like a, I really get the sentiment, and I really I get where the guy is coming from with this, point of view. But I think I disagree with him to an extent. Okay, so I get the whole we've always been told, go to school, go to college, get the job, make the money, and it doesn't always work out like that. You go to college for a degree and then you can't get a job. The job market is terrible right now. I'm not arguing that. It is hell. I'm lucky I got my job, so that's not what I'm trying to discuss here. But you make it there and you climb the ladder and you're making the money, dude. The point of life isn't for you to work. That's not just the fact of, or the simple action of making enough money to not just survive, but to you have money. That's not the point of life. You're not taking that money with you, dude. Yes, work hard, get after it, progress in your career so that you have a solid foundation, but that's not what the focus of life is, in my opinion, of course. You got to find that purpose. You got to find that goal in life. If all you do is work and save money, dude, you could be a millionaire. But if you don't have direction, of course you're going to be depressed. Of course you're going to have that doomer mindset, dude. We're not programmed to work all day, save money, and then go home. You got to do things. You got to pursue some sort of interest. You got to find a hobby. There has to be something in life that you do purely for the purpose of either getting better at it or, just progressing. That's all it is progressing in something and finding that meaning, something that's yours, And for me, of course, if you're watching this, you probably get it. But it's the gym for me. I love the progression. I have 4,000 hours on Destiny 2. progression is like my whole shtick. I love like grinding things out, you know, getting better at things, and, you know, improving on like minute aspects. I like looking at you know, specific processes and like seeing how can it be better, you know. And that's what the gym is for me, man. That's like every single day I'm like looking at what I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, like I've made like significant progress here, like this is what I need to do to improve. And like, I mean, I've come very far in that. I started like just fat, and then I got fat and strong, and now I'm working on getting rid of that fat so I can just be strong, you know. Or of course, you know, that's very blunt terms, but you know, I want to get more muscular. I want to compete. That's my passion. That's like, I love the sport, and I really see myself going like far in it. Not like yeah, I don't think I'll ever like be like a, you know, national pro something. I mean, I'm not saying that I can't, but that's not the intention. The intention is to just pursue it, like pursue the sport. So, you know, my point is, like, if you have that type of like doomer mindset of like, dude, like I've worked and I like have the money, but why do I feel so empty? Because like now you can start playing the game, you know. You've gotten your basic necessities in check. Like, now you can start doing the things that you want to do. So go out, find something, try something new. Life is all about like these experiences, you know. Like, if you do the same thing every single day, like no change, like you go to work, you come home, dinner, watch something, eat and sleep, and you do that every day, and then on the weekends, like maybe you'll go out once or twice, but that's it. Like, yeah, your life is going to fly by, you know. Like there are no significant moments in your life that like make an impact in your brain to say like, oh hey, remember this thing that happened the other day? Like that's how like your brain works. You have to do something significant for it to like feel the time. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it does to some of you, but like, dude, go out and do something. Learn, like learn new things, anything like that. That's how you progress in life. It's not just about the work and the money. So, I don't know. I could keep rambling, but I think I'd just be like going in roundabout ways to say the same exact point. So, I think I'll just leave it there. Plus, I just got home, so hope that got to some of you. But like, you know, to wrap it all up, work hard, you know, progress in your career, make sure that all of your basic necessities are taken care of. Like all of your responsibilities in life that like you can't avoid, make sure that those are taken care of. But then make sure you fulfill your own personal needs, you know. Go try something new. Go out with friends. You know, maybe you guys are talking about going snowboarding. Go and do it. You know, you guys are saying, oh, like I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna go to the gym. If that's your thing, if that's your bag, go for it, man. Go and do it. So that's all I have to say. But I'll catch you guys on the flippity flop.